guys? It's Bob. Welcome back to Modern Life with the 70s Mind. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing good over here. Before I actually get into the video we're going to listen to today, I wanted to give a little background on it because, quite honestly, this video deserves some talking about how it got to actually being a video. This isn't just some random release that we're going to be listening to. This is a Randy Travis song titled, I always come prepared. It's important you come prepared to these videos. It's called Where That Came From. How this was created, in my mind, is groundbreaking. Here's the deal. Randy Travis, I think he's been singing since mid-80s, 85, 86. And he's been singing a long time. He's really was the face of country music for a long time. But then in 2013, I think, he suffered a stroke. And the stroke was very severe. And unfortunately, it left, I believe, the right side of his body paralyzed. Now, he's very lucky because apparently when he had the stroke, they only gave him a 2% chance to even survive this. So the fact that he's still with us today is a miracle. But unfortunately, due to the paralysis, he would never be able to sing again, at least not in the fashion that he used to sing. But then in 2023, a couple people who were involved with Randy wanted to come up with a way to bring Randy's voice back. They didn't just want to generate an AI voice. You can do that anywhere. They wanted to honor Randy's voice and to bring it back in a way that felt real. It felt like respectful and was true to the artist that Randy Travis actually really is. Randy gave his blessings to the project, and he was also involved in the entire process, which makes it even more kind of legit. What they did, they took 42 videos that kind of audio recordings that kind of spanned his entire career, and they singled out the vocals. And from that, what they did was they created this AI trained model that was able to recreate Randy's particular sounds and stuff like that. And to keep it true, though, they didn't just stop there, because that's where a lot of these AI songs come from. They just get the sound of the voice and then they throw something together and that's it. But they wanted to be more true to the artist than that. So they tapped on James Dupre's shoulder and said, hey, we need you to sing a song, because apparently this guy has I'm not familiar with him, but this is what I've read, that he had a similar deep, soulful singing style like Randy Travis does. And what he did was he sang the demo of the song. So they had actually the song laid down. And then the team used Randy's AI trained voice to carefully map over the top of James Dupre's version. They adjusted the phrasing, the vibrato, the tone, basically everything to make this sound really authentically Randy Travis. Now, of course, there has been a lot of controversy about using AI, but I just think this is a little more legit than that, because they're actually using an artist who's actually singing the song, and they're just kind of plopping Randy's voice on top of that. And a lot of people are nervous about AI being used in music, especially when it's used without the permission of the artists. So, but like I said, in this case, Randy gave his permission for the process. And when all is said and done, I guess the song brought Randy to tears. So I'm really looking forward to hearing this. I've heard little parts of it, but I haven't really sat down and listened to it, and I wanted to do that with you guys. So let me get my headphones on, and we're going to get going with the song. I will be right back. Hold on. Okay, we are back. After that big intro, we are ready. So there's no need for me to say anything here. Let's just get into it. Here's Randy Travis.
She had eyes like diamonds, and they caught the light.
Wow.
Oh, but they were dark and deeper than the night. But when she'd smile, out came the sun. And there ain't no more where that came from. had a dress that swayed all around her knees, and a voice as soft as a summer breeze. A touch that told me I was the one, and there ain't no more where that came from.
All right. I don't know whether to cry or to jump up and cheer. That is amazing. Um, I think a couple things really make this feel real. One, it's a real band. This isn't an AI generated band. They used a real band. And two, there was a real singer singing it. Um, Amazing. This is just so incredibly special. You know, Randy Travis is one of those voices that just, I think, defines country music. It helps shape the whole sound, literally, of the 80s and 90s. And hearing him again after everything that he has been through, that's intensely emotional. Crazy, crazy good. I was closing my eyes a little bit, just trying to listen to it, to hear it, because I've listened to Randy Travis so many times. This is spot on. It's crazy. Right from the start of the song, I mean, the first couple notes that he sang, his voice sounded warm, steady, and most importantly, it sounded familiar. You never would have guessed that it was pieced together with AI. It just feels like classic Randy Travis. The production of this song, I think, is very simple, which I love. Nothing flashy, very Randy Travis. It's just, I think, an acoustic guitar, some soft rhythm, and room for the vocal to breathe a little bit, which it does. Lyrically, I think this starts off with a sweet thank you. I was paying more almost attention to his voice and the sound of his voice in the lyrics, but so if I'm wrong on this, I apologize. But I kind of got a feeling like he's he's noticing all the little things that make love feel real. I think that's how it goes. There's this quiet confidence in how he delivers it. He doesn't really try too hard. It just feels honest. So, what an accomplishment here! This could open up so many doors for so many people. Again, this would be creepy if the people had passed on. But since Randy himself is involved in this, I'm much more comfortable with it. All right, let's go ahead and play this to the end. Here we go.
I must have said to myself, there might be somebody else out there somewhere. I must have said to myself, it's a great big world, girls are everywhere. Oh, but now I know there was only one, and there ain't no more where that came from.
Amazing.
And it ain't like I ain't been trying to find someone. There just ain't no more where that came from. Oh, where that came from.
Wow. I honestly didn't think that I would get as emo. My eyes are literally watering. I didn't think I'd get touched to the level that I am listening to this. Um, he's had kind of a rough life, I think. So for him, that everything that he went through, and then everything that he beat, and then to give him the opportunity to sing a new song. in a Randy Travis voice is just amazing. I'm really going to be interested in really reading your thoughts on this, and if you feel this is legit or if it's a waste of time. That's not obviously my opinion. I think as we got into the second half of the song, to me it got a little more heartfelt still. I don't know, maybe the initial shock was over with, so I was able to kind of sit back and listen to it a little bit more. And that hook, where that came from, starts to feel more than just like a phrase. It kind of hit me. And I think instead, it's kind of like a promise. Like no matter how much love he's already shown, there's always room for more behind that. You can hear how gentle his delivery is, especially towards the end. It's not dramatic by like any stretch, but it lands with this quiet emotional weight. And musically, like I touched on already, they kept it so clean. There's no big shift or build up. It just stays warm and steady all the way through the entire song. What really gets me is how natural this sounds. I'm probably repeating myself, but it's crazy. Even knowing they built this song off AI, this still feels a lot like Randy Travis. It's not about showing off. It's about telling the truth in the simplest, probably most honest way possible. I just really, really enjoyed this. All right, let me get my headphones off. I'm going to actually play this one more time, I think, and then I'll be back for my final thoughts. Hold on, I will be right back. Okay, it is final thoughts time. I don't know what to say about that. That was amazing. What do you guys think? Please give me some comments on this if you don't mind, because this is a little controversial, but beautiful at the same time. And listening to this, especially the second time, because I did listen to it again, that chorus just really kind of stayed with me, probably because it was just so Randy. I know that's simple to say, but it says, I think, so much. Where that came from, that's yeah, isn't just a line that he's saying. I think it's kind of like a quiet promise that a love just never really runs out. It's always going to be there. It's kind of maybe his way of saying, if you think that was something, just wait. There's always more where that came from. That's kind of way I took it. If I'm taking the lyrics wrong, I apologize. Just let me know. It wouldn't be the first time I made a mistake on the lyrics. Now, to me, the melody was soft and understated, but it sticks with you, and it sticks with you in really the best way. The vocal delivery itself, not so much of it sounding like Randy, but just the vocal delivery in general, felt incredibly natural. You can tell a lot of care went into making sure that this sounded like him, not just a digital copy of him, which would have been a, a disgrace and really not what Randy Travis deserved. He deserved nothing but the best. The musicianship, I think, was spot on too. It was nothing flashy. It was, and I think I've talked about this. I apologize if I repeat myself. I kind of wrapped up on this. This is very touching. It's not flashy. It was just smooth, clean. I think the playing supported the emotion without ever getting into the way of Randy Travis's voice. And I think that's what they really wanted to highlight in this song is his voice and not the music. They really brought his voice out in the forefront, which is really kind of a brave move if you think about it. Because when they did this song, they didn't know how it was going to turn out. No one's ever done anything like this before, so it was really interesting. I think the lyrics, let's see, we talked about music. Yeah, the lyrics. I think the lyrics were grounded and relatable. It's a kind of song that makes you think about people in your life, people that are you are in contact with, and it shows love in little ways. And to me, this song is about steady love. It's not the kind that makes a big scene, but the kind that shows up again and again. And sometimes it doesn't even require you to say a word. It's just the way it is. For Randy to come back with something this personal in this way makes this whole thing just even more powerful than I thought it was going to be. Bottom line, and I need a bottom line on this didn't feel like a tech experiment. It felt like a beautiful, respectful way to bring Randy's voice back and let it speak, one more time. I don't know if this is the only time they're doing this. I think this is like a year old, so maybe something else has been done. I haven't heard about it. I just recently heard about this, but it was amazing, and I wouldn't be a bit disappointed if they came out with something else. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this because I truly did. Sorry it ran a little long than most of my videos, but I just wanted to give you that intro. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would, click that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime I release some new content. Okay, if you watch my videos and if you watch them to the end, you know what I'm going to say. Only life is priceless. Please make each and every day count. God bless all of you. Peace out. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for checking this out to the end. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.